If you can grasp and hold on to this concept, it is going to change your life. Your thoughts aren't generated inside of your brain. They're tuned into. Your brain doesn't create thought. It receives it. Think of it less like a storage unit and more like an antenna. And this is not a metaphor. It's backed by neuroscience and quantum physics. Neuroscientist Carl Pribram and physicist David Bohm discovered that memory and perception aren't stored in one fixed location. Instead, the brain accesses them holographically, meaning the information is everywhere and nowhere until your system locks into the right frequency. You don't have a thought. You match one. And this is where your nervous system enters the conversation because the frequency you're operating on, it's not random. Your nervous system regulates your electromagnetic field. And that field is in constant interaction with the quantum field. When you're in a regulated state, calm, centered, safe, your field is coherent. And that coherence tunes you into thoughts that are grounded, creative, open, and full of possibility. But when your system is dysregulated, stuck in survival mode, fight, flight, freeze, or fawn, you're not just stressed. You're tuned into lower frequencies. And the thoughts you access in that state will mirror that frequency, fear-based, chaotic, critical, or full of scarcity. Not because they're true, but because they match your current state. And you've likely experienced this yourself. Those moments when stress floods your system and suddenly your mind goes blank. Yeah. You're mid-sentence and the word just slips away. Okay. Yeah. Or you try to access a memory that's normally right there, but it feels distant or unreachable now. That's not by chance. When your nervous system is dysregulated, your field becomes incoherent and you fall out of resonance with certain thoughts and memories. They don't disappear. You just cannot access them from that state. The more dysregulated you are, the more fragmented your perception becomes. It's not energetic, it's neurological. And Dr. Stephen Porges's polyvagal theory explains this. So, your autonomic nervous system doesn't just control your breath, digestion, or heart rate. It literally filters your reality. So depending on which state you're in, ventral, sympathetic, or dorsal, your entire perception of the world shifts. That includes what thoughts your brain can even access. So when you find yourself spiraling in negative loops or doubting yourself constantly, it might not be a mindset problem. It's a nervous system signal. When you regulate your nervous system, your frequency changes. And as your frequency changes, so does your access point. You start pulling in different thoughts, ones that feel grounded, clear, even visionary. Thoughts that invite you forward instead of pulling you down. And those thoughts lead to new actions. Repeated enough, those actions become higher frequency behaviors. And those behaviors start to build a new identity, one that isn't built from old survival patterns, but from coherence, truth, and possibility. This is why nervous system regulation isn't a luxury. It's a non-negotiable. If you want to shift your reality, you don't just need new thoughts. You need a new signal. And this is the exact work I guide you through in my 4-week nervous system coaching container. We shift your physiology, recalibrate your frequency, and help you access the version of you that already exists in the field, just waiting for you to tune in. So if that version of you is calling, message me.